Hey, fourth grade. Today we are talking about main idea and details, which is something you talk about all the time in school because we always need to know what the main idea is. A lot of times or sometimes the main idea is explicitly told to you in your passage or in the story. It is like one of the first sentences, the first or second sentence. It could kind of be like the title. It's what this story, what you're reading, whatever it is, what it's about. That's what your main idea is. What the author's point is, what they're trying to get across to you. The second thing that we're talking about, again, are the details. So the details are what's supporting the main idea. The extras, that fluff that the author's giving you in order to help you better understand. So if I told you the main idea of a story I was writing is like how to kick a soccer ball, then my key details better be the skills and what you need to know in order to kick a soccer ball. Those would be the details that I added. So first thing we're going to look at is this little paragraph about gorillas. We're going to fill out this little chart, and then we're going to talk about summarizing the paragraph, but I'm not going to make you write out the summary. Then we are going to read a little bit about Legos, which is kind of interesting because I didn't know about the history of Legos, so it kind of gives you a little bit of the history of Legos, and then you're going to be on your own. So let's look at this. It says, mountain gorillas live in groups of about 30 in the mountains of Central Africa. Each family group is led by an older male. The group includes younger males, females, and their babies. The leader protects his group. When the group is in danger, the leader might pound his huge chest. He might also release a loud, scary roar. So they're saying the main idea is that an older male mountain gorilla protects his family group. I agree. Let's look at some details. What are things that show in here that he's protecting his group? And I'm going to look at, let's see, he might pound his huge chest. So the leader pounds chest. Also, the leader will have a loud, scary roar. So I have two details that say that he protects his family group. I think the other detail that they want you to have is who is his family group. And it says the group includes younger males, females, and their babies. So the group, let's say this. Younger males, females, and babies are in the group. Okay? So we have three details that support that the male mountain gorilla protects its family group. Two things that he does to protect it, and who his group includes. Now, we have to summarize this. And remember, a summary is just a basic understanding of the passage. It's not every single little detail that happens in the passage. That wouldn't make sense. So I would say a good summary would be that male mountain gorillas protect their family by pounding their chest and roaring. Done. I think that tells you exactly what we were talking about in somewhat of a small sentence. Okay? We're going to move on to the next page. So go ahead and move to your next page. Okay, so now this is your history of Legos, okay? What we need to do is the first thing we're going to need to do is read this, and then down here, it asks for some supporting details of the main idea that it already came up with. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you pause, read this, then unpause, and we'll come back and do this part together. So again, pause the video, go ahead and read this, and I would read it because it's super interesting, I'm telling you. Read these first 4 paragraphs on your own, and then we'll come back and talk about supporting details for their main idea for this part, okay? So go ahead. Okay, welcome back. I hope that you paused and read your first 4 paragraphs. The main idea down here is that Lego products started as a small business in Denmark. So they want you to pick 3 details that are going to support that this was a small business. So let's look back real quick. Think back. What in here made you know, oh, that's definitely a small business? What in here told you that it was a small business? Let's see. Definitely think that the company started with 6 or 7 workers. I think that big businesses have more than 6 or 7 workers. So the fact that he only had 6 or 7 workers definitely proves that it was a small business. Let's see. How about they made the first ones by hand? I know lots of small businesses that do stuff on their own. They don't have a whole lot of employees, so they do stuff on their own. That definitely shows that he's a small business. And I'm stuck between 2. Because I could say that maybe it took 5 years for Christensen and his workers to find a way to make the first plastic bricks. Because I could say that if it was a bigger business, it might not take as long. But I also wonder if that his son, who was only 12, shows that it was also a small business. So I'm not quite sure. In that case, I could probably use all 4 of them. But I'm thinking that if I had to choose the best one, I would maybe choose that his son, being only 12, would show his small business, because big businesses don't have their kids working for them at 12 years old. So I think that would kind of prove that it's a small business a little bit more than it taking them a long time to figure something out. So I underlined my evidence, so now I'm going to go write it on my in my chart. So the first one would be that he only had 6 or 7 workers. Well, let's find a different marker there. His 12-year-old son. So 12-year-old son worked for the business. And my last detail is that they handmade the bricks. Okay? So I have my 3 supporting details. That they only had 6 or 7 workers, the 12-year-old son worked for the business, and they handmade the bricks. And they all support that the Lego started as a small business in Denmark. So, we have one more thing to do together. You can copy this down. The last thing is to read the rest of the passage. You're going to read the rest of the passage, and then we're going to answer the question, which sentence summarizes the important points in this part of the passage. So from here to here, A, B, C, or D, which one supports the point of these couple paragraphs? So you're going to pause, read, answer your question, and we're going to come back together. Go ahead. Okay, welcome back. You should have paused, read that part, And then you should have answered this question. Let's see if you got it right. It said, which sentence summarizes the important points in this part of the passage? A, the Lego group decided to use different plastic that is stronger and has brighter colors. Is that the whole point of the whole entire passage? No, that's just one tidbit. The bricks are carefully made so that the oldest ones fit in the newest sets. I don't think that's the only thing they talked about, so I'm going to say no on that one. The Lego group keeps growing as it offers new and popular products. I kind of think it talked about that. Now children all over the world play with Lego products. Well, I don't know if it really talked. It does say it's the world's third largest toy manufacturer. The Lego group keeps growing as it offers new and popular products. I think I'm going to do that because I can support my answers with a couple different things. The fact that they made stuff so people could make airports and parking garages, and then they begin to create sets with themes. How about that they created the Lego Duplo? How about they had a new product called Lego Friends? If further up, it said about how they made a product that was kind of more aimed toward, oh, right here it is. They were aimed especially for girls. Let's see. It also said something that that now includes movies, video games, and online games, and working robots. I think that definitely supports, I know that definitely supports, that the Lego group keeps growing as it offers new and popular products. Because it says it continues to add new Lego sets to more shelves, it's definitely showing that there are new products and it's a continually growing company, okay? So not only did I answer my question, but I found evidence to support it. So I know I picked the best answer. If you're picking an answer and you can't find sometimes more than one answer, especially when it's asking you about summarizing, it's probably not the best answer or main idea. Okay, if this question's asking you for the main idea and you can't find lots of things to support your answer, it's probably not the right main idea. So now your job is to do the rest of the packet. Answer the questions, read the passages, answer the questions, and make sure you upload those answer sheets so that your teacher can correct them.